Meanwhile, people in Miami are also keeping a close eye on Hurricane Irma. The storm is expected to make landfall there later this week. City officials are already advising residents living in low-lying areas to start evacuating today. Hurricane Irma could be the strongest storm to hit this area since Hurricane Andrew. That was 25 years ago. CBS News national correspondent Mark Strassmann is in Miami, and he joins me on the phone. So, Mark, what are the conditions looking like where you are right now? I know we're still a couple of days away.
Yeah, you would never know, Vlad, the danger that's on its way. I mean, it's a really pretty day here in Miami Beach. What you will notice, though, are people behaving differently. Lines at the gas station, including cops that are directing cars on the direction how to get their gas, so just to keep some sense of order, a run on supplies, the usual food, water, plywood. You have a voluntary evacuation order here in Miami Beach. But that could step up to a mandatory evacuation order as early as this afternoon, at least for parts of Miami Beach. I talked to the mayor this morning, and he's waiting for some direction from the county, but he all but told me he expects a step up in the evacuation process sometime today. So clearly they're taking this seriously. This is one of those storms that's maybe once in a generation. You mentioned not since Hurricane Andrew has a storm with such destructive potential come along, and even Floridians who by and large are willing to ignore a Category 1 or Category 2 storm, figuring we've ridden it out before, we'll ride it out again. This one is on everyone's radar.
Yeah, you know, Mark, it's interesting. There was someone in one of the pieces that said, you know, I went through Andrew, but this one is scaring me. I'm out of here. And I wonder how much of Harvey's widespread destruction is causing people to make decisions that they perhaps might not have made because of what they saw happening in Houston, even though, as you've explained to me before, that this is going to be a very different type of storm.
Well, it's funny because I asked the mayor that very question, Vlad, and he said Houston helps. I mean, Houston built an awareness of what can happen when these destructive storms have a widespread impact. I mean, just to be clear, the Harvey in Houston was mostly a rain event. Up to 52 inches fell in some spots. This storm, Irma, is going to be much more of a wind and storm surge event. They're very different storms. But the awareness that Harvey built in the minds of people was evident. Today I talked to this woman who was waiting for gas, and she waited a half hour as the line of cars circled the station. And she was riding out. She was riding out the wait in line, but she's not planning to ride out the storm. She's the first time she's been through a hurricane. She just moved here from Virginia, and what a way to break into the world of hurricane, living here in South Florida with a Category 5. And she said, especially what happened with Harvey last week, I'm getting out of here. So I do think that the folks here believe Harvey was a help in that awareness building sense.
All right, Mark Strassmann reporting for us there in Miami. Mark, thank you so much for that.
Okay, Vlad.